Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome back. I'm writer Coach Tony and I'm doing a movie review video because I caught my mom watching The Color Purple a few nights ago, and then I saw her watching it towards the end part of the movie, no? So The Color Purple, it's actually a book, by Alice Walker. It was released when I was still in grade school. So I think 1983, 84, or baka earlier pa, no? But the movie was released around that time. And funny thing is, during my conversation with Mama, she said she was looking at the characters, parang she knew them, but she could not identify who they were. So when I saw the movie, it's like, okay, let's watch it again. So we watched the same night. We watched The Color Purple, the movie, directed by Steven Spielberg, and it was still early in his career. You have to remember, he released The Color Purple right after, I think, Jaws, and then E.T. So after E.T., so I grew up in an E.T. generation. E.T. was like, wow, beautiful movie. And then he releases The Color Purple. So if you don't know The Color Purple, it's a black experience, a black American experience. So the only difference is it's not about slavery. It's really about the black experience. So the black Americans, the African Americans who lived during that time, it's between if I remember correctly, oh god, 1907 to 1939 in America. I forgot what state, but based on what I see on the movie, it's not in the South, no? It's based in the North because the lead character, Danny Glover, owns his own house and they are not slaves. So who are these characters? Who are these famous actors my mama wasn't able to identify? She said she knew Danny Glover, yes, of course. After, because Danny Glover and Mel Gibson had a series of hit movies. I forgot the title now. Lethal Weapon, and I think 48 Hours. No? So they had this string of movies which made them worldwide box office stars. No? Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. And then she was looking at the actresses. She was like, I know these actresses, but I could not identify them. It turned out they were Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah Winfrey, no? The billionaires. Oprah Winfrey when she was still acting. So this is way back in 1983. So I was telling her, oh, that's Oprah Winfrey. Oh, that's Whoopi Goldberg, no? So I was telling her that Whoopi could have become the first female African American to win Best Actress, no, sa Oscars way back in 1984, I think. But I think America was not yet ready. It was still a very white Oscars. So I grew up very white Oscars. So although there were a few, outliers, no, like Hang Esmore, an Asian winning for what movie was that? Killing Fields. So sometimes outliers happen, but I grew up in a generation where the Oscars are really white. So anyway, and The Color Purple, all the characters were African American. So I haven't checked it, but what I know is Whoopi was nominated for Best Actress and Oprah was for Best Supporting Actress. Let me see if Margaret Avery, let's see, The Color Purple Oscars. Because I want to know, because in the movie, the flashiest role actually belonged to an actress named Margaret Avery, and I don't even know her because I think she's older. She belongs to an older generation. Kaya hindi ko masyado siya kilala. Yeah, she was nominated. Yeah. So Margaret Avery was also nominated. Yes, with Oprah Winfrey and then Whoopi Goldberg. So all three actresses were nominated. Sayang, wala si Danny Glover. Should have been nominated as well. But anyway, So the movie had, oh my god, didn't win anything. So sad. Yeah, so 11, this is 1985 pala. 11 Oscar nominations with no wins. Oh, how sad. But anyway, this is supposed to be a movie review. Okay, I did not watch the movie then because I read that the book was violent towards women. Because it was really the black experience. And there was incest, etc., etc. Okay, I was wrong. So that was a case of misinformation. Yes, there is. It's implied na hindi mo siya implied. Talagang there was a scene that Danny Glover slapped Oprah Winfrey. But you know, all races have problems with. I mean, we're all human, so it's not uncommon for men to slap their wives, no? And you have to remember this is in 1920s America, in an African American setting. So yeah, these things were about to happen, and they did not at that time. They did not have the laws which we have now to protect the women. So actually, I enjoyed the movie a lot. The material is very heavy, but Steven Spielberg is such a genius that he was able to present sorry, the story in an enjoyable way. And because he is Steven Spielberg, there were several scenes in the movie where he created suspense, no? Through stealthy editing, through the use of music. I remember the scene where Margaret Avery was getting the letters from the mailbox. So it's a very important scene. You have to watch the movie and find out why. But that scene was, you know, the tension that Steven Spielberg created for that scene was amazing. Now you really understand why he's such a very talented director. So when he was doing The Color Purple, he was still at the peak of his powers. Actually, he's still at the peak of his powers up to now. But this one, The Color Purple, was, I mean, I thought I was watching very heavy stuff, but it was very heavy stuff without making you feel so bad, because it's Steven Spielberg has a way of focusing more on the positives. So he focused more on the relationships between these African American women. Whoopi Goldberg, amazing. Whoopi has the least flashy role in the movie, and she only appears in the movie after maybe like an hour yet, or like 30 minutes before she appears in the movie. Because during the first part of the movie, the younger versions of her and Nettie, her sister in the movie, in the book pala, the story was focused on them. So a younger Whoopi Goldberg version of Celine was there. So when Whoopi comes out, ayun, it was like an hour na into the movie. And then I found out that her role is not even flashy. She has 2 or 3 very important scenes, but credit to Whoopi, she does not overact. She just holds her, 50 years, 40 years of pumped up emotion, and it comes out in just one scene. So you can just imagine the intensity of that scene, when a person who is bottled up all her life starts to assert. So in that scene, I guess, Whoopi shows her Oscar caliber acting. Another flashy role is Oprah Winfrey. So she comes out very flashy. So I'm not surprised why she was nominated. And then of course Margaret Avery. For me, if I were to vote that year, Margaret Avery would be one of my top choices for Best Supporting Actress. She was just incredible in this movie. It was a showcase role for her. She sang, she, it was a very flashy role, and she took it and went with it, no? So good for her. I strongly suggest you watch the movie. The problem with me is I do not really watch the Black experience movies, because although the Philippines was colonized we were oppressed by 3 different foreign groups. I don't really have that persecution mentality, no? So kasi many of the stories about the blacks are about slavery, are about persecution, so I tend to not watch it, even if they've been nominated for Oscars. I haven't even seen 12 Years a Slave. The black movies I've seen, movies I've seen with black stories, yung kay what's his name? Quentin Tarantino. I watched that because Quentin naman kasi has this unique way of storytelling, very violent but very humorous, no? And he does not care to pander to the masses. He just directs it the way he wants it. So if you watch that, I forgot the name of the movie. Jamie Foxx was there, but I really enjoyed that movie. Leonardo DiCaprio was there, but it's not. But just like any Quentin Tarantino movie, it's very violent. It's very in your face. If it's a gown, it's like Gaultier, no? or Junya Watanabe, no? But Steven Spielberg's The Color Purple, very elegant, no? It's like Larry Halston, Valentino. It's very well made, and then it's the values you get from it. You get a lesson from it. It's a very uplifting movie. So in the end, you can kind of clap, no? And you clap for these characters because they were able to liberate themselves, no? It's the same way watching the movie. You become very euphoric after watching the movie. So I would like to thank Mama for finally forcing me to watch The Color Purple, a movie I didn't want to see for years, because I didn't want to see another black person being beaten, being bugbog. The recent movies about the black experience is really full of oppression, violence. So, but in this movie there is, but it's within the context of the black community living in America, in the northern part of America at that time. So, and again it's a Steven Spielberg movie. So, never miss a Steven Spielberg movie. That's the mantra. The guy's a genius, and he proves it again when he did The Color Purple almost 40 years ago. So with that, thank you very much. Please follow me. Please subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Facebook. And Dylan's going to off it. Thank you very much, Dylan. Good morning.